Everyone lately has been making a big song and dance about the fact that Boots now has a black hair care section within their stores. And I'm like, is that your struggle? Really? Is that your argument that Boots, Boots, the store where you can get literally everything, from hair care to skincare to things for your foot bottom, all these kind of things you can get from Boots. You can also get vitamins from Boots as well. You can also get sandwiches and water depending on which Boots you go to as well. Boots is literally massive. The Boots in Birmingham city centre, the main one, when you go downstairs, have an opticians, they have a walk-in centre if you need to see a nurse, and they also have a hearing test facility, so that's basically Boots. For those of you who don't live here in the UK, that's what Boots is. I know you've got similar stores in the UK where you can get pretty much all in one. The only thing they don't have in Boots is clothes, but that's all right. It's okay. These kind of things that we're getting off for the body and all that kind of stuff, so it still works out. But the big deal people are making is that Boots now has a black hair care section. First of all, for those of you who don't know, Boots has had a black hair care section for years now. It's nothing new. The only thing they've done now is the hair care section that they have, they've literally moved it so you now know where exactly the black hair care products are. You do not have to go searching around for them like you had to before in their own individual section, which makes it so much easier, because before there was with all the hair care products, and now they have this separate section that says Boots black hair care. Another issue that people have been raising is the fact that it's labeled black hair care and it's got a small b. However, if you've been to Boots as many times as I have, you would understand that the branding of Boots, every single thing is in small case letters. So therefore, yes, I know that technically when you say black it should be uppercase, but the branding of Boots is actually lowercase, so it makes a lot of sense why they would continue that. They're not going to single out black and make that uppercase just to appease other people. They're not going to do that. To myself, in big 2020, people are complaining about something as minor as that. It's about time that Boots had the black hair care products in a separate section instead of having them all together. Now they're not saying that white people cannot use those products, because white people use Cantu and white people use As I Am and all this and Kinky Curly, whatever. They use those products as well, but they're just saying that they're just emphasizing the fact that those products were designed with black people in mind. However, let me be biased, Cantu is now trash, okay? It's trash. Don't use it. All this energy for Boots, right? For Boots choosing to do that, but you don't have any energy for Asian people owning the majority of the black hair shops here in the UK. You don't have energy for that. Okay, now I understand why people go in there, because the stuff is cheaper, but let's make it make sense now, okay? They follow you around the store, they treat you like you ain't shit, but yet we still go in there. But you want to make a big deal about Boots, which I'm sure most of you go into Boots as well. So you're telling me you won't go into Boots to buy this stuff, despite the products being more expensive, because Boots is a very expensive store in general. I mean, I bought some of that Marie Moisture from Boots last year. I didn't like it. It wasn't that good. I used the Shea Butter Deep Conditioner. It wasn't that good. However, that was set me back like what, $10.99, and I know that I could have gone into an Asian hair shop and got that for much cheaper. Another thing is, a lot of people go to these Asian hair shops is because it's a lot easier for them to go there, because trying to find a black owned hair shop here in the UK is incredibly difficult. You either have to purchase directly from the distributors, which can actually cost you a lot more money when you counter in the fact that you have to pay shipping as well if the brand you want to purchase from is not in the country. Or even if the brand that you want to purchase from is in the country, if you don't live in the same city, like sometimes I support black British UK owned brands, and they're in London, and I live here in Birmingham, so therefore I'm having to pay shipping costs. You know, so sometimes that happens, especially with certain things that you purchase. You then have to, like, if it can't be delivered to your house, you then have to go collect it from the police, from the post office. And when you have to go collect it from the post office, you then have to pay a shipping cost. And all these things add up. So therefore, this is why people are more likely to go to an Asian hair shop, because it works out cheap and it's more accessible. I personally do not have a problem with Boots labelling their black hair care products that they stock as black hair care, because technically that's what it is. And I don't understand why black people were complaining, saying about how come they're labeling it that, or you don't see them labeling their white hair care products white hair care. First of all, why would they need to do that? It's a white owned business. They're trying to diversify by having black hair care products stocked in their store, which they've been doing for years. And now they're saying, okay, we've been doing this for years. To make it easier for black people, we are going to now designate them their own aisle, which they now have. So how the hell can you complain about that? White owned products are all over Boots, but this one little section, yeah, that they've designated for black people specifically is what you're complaining about. Please. Products that are predominantly for white people and their skin and their hair are taking over the whole of Boots, right? Why would they need to label that white skincare or white hair care? Why would they need to do that when white people already know what go on, sir? Your head can't hot sore sometimes. Sometimes you need to keep it chill. Don't need to get so angry over foolishness. For me, I do feel like Boots needs to branch out more, be more like Superdrug, because Superdrug has also been doing this for years, and Superdrug does not need to say black hair care, because they technically have more black hair care products than Boots does. But however, I'm not going to complain about Boots trying to at least make the effort, because they are doing this in reflection of the fact that, you know, Britain is becoming slightly more multicultural, and you need to keep up, otherwise you're going to die. Personally, I see it as, you know what, more power to Boots. Let them do what they're doing. Hopefully in the future they will expand to be more like Superdrug and more like these Asian hair shops, so that they have more of a range of products for, you know, black hair care, you know, afro textured hair. Also, I would like for there to be more black owned hair shops on the high streets as there are Asian ones, because Asians take over everywhere. They even own the fish and chip shops now. Before, back in the day, in the 90s, it used to be the Greeks here in the UK who used to own the fish and chip shops, and now it's the Asians have that, and they have the hair shops, and it's just like they're taking over. Not that I mind, but it's just like Asians can be highly anti-black, so it's kind of like, Let me end this video here and let me know your thoughts down below, and I shall see you in a few for my final YouTube video. Okay, bye.